Episode 6 of the Bad Batch was certainly very exciting. We got to see some good old battle droid actions and so much to speculate on, so let's get straight into it. Watching battle droids fight alongside clones may be a somewhat familiar scene to some of us. We have actually seen clones and droids fight against the Empire in Rebels when the crew of the Ghost and Rex explore the abandoned separatist base. The rest of the episode is essentially a battle against the Empire, followed by the escape of both groups. So seeing clones fight alongside droids is kinda weird but also familiar. In this episode, we finally see Wrecker's inhibitor chip taking a massive toll on the big guy. Previous episodes have kept building up to this moment, and it seems like the inhibitor chip is slowly taking over. Unlike the last time, which required a knock or two to trigger the chip, this time the chip is acting on its own, and it really seems as though Wrecker is on the edge of becoming like Crosshair. Although the big guy is trying his best to resist it, it does seem like a losing battle, so it's entirely possible that we will see Wrecker suddenly attack the rest of the team, or potentially start to plot against them and let the Empire know of their location. But that being said, all hope may not be lost. As we know in the previous episode, Tech has been working on a device to help detect these chips, so it is possible that the Bad Batch will be able to remove them before he fully turns. It might also be the case that the Bad Batch will be forced to fight Wrecker and then somehow be able to subdue him in order to remove the chip. Either way, it's not 100% that Wrecker will be lost to us. In the episode, we see Rafa and Trace. We might be familiar with these two sisters because they were first introduced in Season 7 of the Clone Wars. Following Ahsoka's departure from the Jedi Order, Ahsoka met with Trace and worked alongside her as a mechanic. And of course, as we all know, Rafa got entangled with the criminal underworld that eventually forced Ahsoka to get involved, leading to her meeting with the Mandalorians. There has also been a noticeable character improvement since we last met them. I know a lot of Star Wars fans didn't really enjoy the episodes the sisters were in, but I did find the sisters to be somewhat more likable this time round. While their presence did throw a wrench in the Bad Batch's plan, they do seem somewhat more competent. Rafa in particular seems to have developed into a less selfish character. At the end of the episode, it's also revealed that the two sisters are trying to steal the head of the tactical droid for those who would resist against the Empire, so it's pretty clear that they're working for the rebellion in some sort of capacity, although it's not clear which rebel cell they are part of in particular. This brings us to the big mystery character that we see in the hologram. Now the episode doesn't really tell us who it is, but it could be someone working with the rebellion. But determining who it is going to be difficult because there is a wide range of potential characters that could fill this role. So who are the possibilities? The most obvious choice would be to say Ahsoka or Rex, but this might not necessarily be the case. Rex in particular would not fully join the rebellion until the events of Rebels, in which the Ghost Squadron discover Rex, Wolf, and Gregor aboard a repurposed Republic walker. Additionally, the figure in the hologram is wearing a robe which isn't his usual attire. Well, what about Ahsoka? Similarly, this isn't something she usually wears. While there is an astromech droid of the R7 model, Ahsoka's own R7 was destroyed during her escape from the Venator in the Clone Wars Season 7, so it's pretty unlikely that this is Ahsoka. Another potential is Obi-Wan Kenobi, but given that the character is going to have his own series set during this time period, it makes it pretty unlikely as well, given that what happens to him is probably going to be left unexplored for the Kenobi series. It could also be Senator Organa. The Senator was extremely active during this time period, building up the rebellion, so it could be Senator Organa making an appearance. While it could be Senator Organa, it really just isn't a very exciting character to reveal. Mon Mothma is another option, but she usually wears white clothing, so it's unlikely that this is her. A likely option could be Saw Gerrera. Given that we have seen him appear in the show before, we could see him make another appearance. However, it doesn't really make much sense to hide his identity in this scene given that we have already seen him on the show before, so I give this one a 50-50. Another possibility is Quinlan Vos. As we know, there is a very good chance he survived Order 66 given that he was noted to be on the target list of Inquisitors. The fate of Quinlan Vos is arguably the most mysterious out of all the well-known Jedis. Luke himself noted that Quinlan Vos could have been one of the the few Jedis that survived the Purge. That being said, the lack of details could provide a great opportunity to reintroduce Quinlan's story back into the Star Wars universe. We have, after all, seen him in one of the Clone Wars episodes. Then again, it could be a new character entirely. This was certainly a very exciting episode that gave us a lot more to speculate on. There is also a steady and good character progression for most of the Bad Batch members. Omega is slowly improving her skills, Hunter's care for her becomes even more clearer, and Wrecker is of course in trouble. The action set pieces were very much reminiscent of the Clone Wars, so that was a welcome return, after many episodes of smaller action scenes. However, what I hope to see more of is Tech and Echo, who have been pretty underused so far. There's a lack of character growth for now, and they kind of just hang around in the background. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. I am the Lost Acolyte,
and I have spoken.